to Series 6 of Topper Down Under. We have so much jam-packed in this one. We are bursting at the seams with places to show you. Places that you'll struggle to even find on Google Maps. There's scenic beaches, rugged four-wheel drive tracks, amazing places to camp, and sensational cultural experiences. So get your map books out, grab a notebook, and come for a drive with me and I'll take you there. Starting on the Northern Territory side of the Gulf, we'll be working our way around the east side of Arnhem Land over the next 12 episodes. And to kick off with, I'm taking my new crew in search of a sacred Aboriginal site located less than 30 kilometres from Borroloola called the Nimbi Sinkhole. We'll be pushing a track in as there is no roads and special permission is needed to head here. This is from border country and it's well off the grid. On this adventure, Jimmy Moss from Series 1 returns, bringing his off-road racing experience with him, perfect for where we are heading. And from Series 4, Ben Sufong is back as well, riding shotgun with Jimmy, and super keen to play amongst the pelagics of the far north. This is the start of a really exciting journey. We're on our way to a phenomenal geological location. This track runs out in 1 kilometre or 2, then we're going to cross a river. Don't know what to expect there yet, we'll wait and see on that one. And after that, we're just following GPS location, so it's going to be a hectic trip. Looking forward to it, can't wait to get amongst it. But first things first, gonna let some air out of these tyres. Where we are heading for, towing is not an option. So a base camp was set up at King Ash Bay, where we have left both the boat and camper. I've let my tyres down on my vehicle, but don't forget to let your airbags down as well. Now that I've taken the load off my tray, it's time to bring these bad boys down. About 5 psi is what I want to keep the airbags in the coils safely.
Righto Penzo, let's go get them. We've got our Mickey T's let down. We're ready to rumble.
Should be interesting what this river crossing's like.
Yeah, hopefully we've got a bit of water left in it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go astray. This track's pretty good so far. A little bit lumpy, but at least you can see what's in the grass. We follow GPS soon, so we'll soon lose that.
Man, letting the tyre pressures down makes such a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just takes those lumps and bumps out of the road and it's a lot smoother. Can you see the waypoints I've plugged into your Zenit?
Yeah, I've got the waypoints on my Zenit. I'm watching them now, so we're well and truly on our way.
Gotta love following GPS coordinates, eh?
It almost makes it too easy. Penny sent me the information for the Nimbi sinkhole. I googled it and all I could get were some photos from the sky. As far as I know, nobody's gotten there in a vehicle. The roads only come a certain way. The rest of the trip we're going to have to GPS and push our own trail through. But the photos that I've seen looks like a truly beautiful landmark. I think it's going to be worth the effort, so I'm keen to push hard and blaze a trail to discover this. Yes, you would have noticed this plaster cast here on my wrist. Well, I had a little accident on my dirt bike right before we came away, and it hurt, but it didn't feel too serious. So I pushed on, got to Borroloola, and the pain was still there at a decent level. So I ducked into the clinic there, and the doctors x-rayed it for me, and it confirmed that it is broken. So they put this lovely plaster cast on for me, and I got the all clear to drive, and it's not restricting my movement. So with the spirit of adventure, first time I've been to Northern Territory, so I'm keen to push hard and do whatever it takes to go and see this beautiful landmark.
Well, this looks like camp for tonight. There's a nice lagoon there. This is as far as we'll get for today. Set up the swags, have a good night's rest, and get back into it tomorrow.
Righto Penzo, day number 2. Let's go. See, find this sinkhole.
Sounds like a plan, mate. It's a really pretty area. We've come straight up into all these little lagoons with the wildflowers and lilies. Very pretty.
Without sounding too soft, it is beautiful, isn't it?
It is, mate, it is. I put 2 waypoints into the Zenic last night just to keep us in the right direction heading for that sinkhole. We're pretty much on top of the first waypoint, which is ironic because I had no idea that this track actually led the direction that we wanted to go onto this waypoint. It's like whoever put this track in had the same idea as us, because we could see on the topographic maps there was some rocky outcrops, some hills that we were trying to avoid, and they've done exactly the same thing. Let's stick close to this quad because the track's just gone.
Looks like we got a river crossing coming up Penn on the Zenic.
If we keep on this path, we'll cross it twice. Well, this looks like obstacle 1. The lagoon was pretty deep up here, but it's dried out completely here. So we've just got to go down, just watch Ben go across on the quad. He did it fine, so they'll jump up on the other side. So I've got it in 4 and I think it'll be fine. Swamp obstacle number 1. Jim Bob's in the middle of the swamp there guiding me. Just in case, I don't want to go too close.
Righto Penzo, come through here. Go wide, not too wide though, so it's pretty wet over the left hand side. We come up between the trees here.
Copy that.
Beautiful work, mate.
Thanks, buddy.
So Penny's just gone through a creek here. I'm about to follow her through. I'm going through in low range second.
Bring it on down, Jim Bob.
Righto, here we go.
That was a bit of fun. I had Jimmy guiding me, which was good because the swamp just sort of finishes here and it gets really soft just in that section, so I had to make sure to stay out of that. And there's a lump in the grass here, so I think I lifted my wheel a bit there, gave it a few berries and got up that ledge.
There's that bit of the escarpment up there on the left there, Penny, so I think we're on the right track around that to our second waypoint.
Yeah, good stuff. If we can scoot around the outside of that, would be perfect.
Awesome, we'll keep on tracking, eh?
Heck yeah, this is so much fun.
It really is.
That escarpment that you and Ben were talking about, is that contour line on the Zenic?
Yeah, that's the one.
Doesn't miss much, does it?
No, but we'll hopefully scoot around the bottom of it. But looking in front of us here, it's getting pretty tight, the trees.
Okay, so Pen, I need you to come through here and just this little tree here. Just knock this little tree down, and then I've cleared a bit of a section through here, and we should be able to come around to the right and start heading southwest. It starts to thin out a bit around the track there.
Sweet, so not too much thick stuff after this.
Let's hope not, eh?
Here I go.
Looks like it gets fairly thick after this creek crossing.
No thanks.
Beautiful. So yep, come at that angle. Beautiful. Coming. Okay. Okay. Now, check your back tire there. Yep, keep going. Yep, take out those little trees. Keep going forward. Yep, keep going forward. Yep, now turn. Beautiful. You're all over it, mate.
We've had a slight change of plans on our journey into the sinkhole. What's happened, we've tried 2 different ways to get in. The first way, we're actually 5 kilometres away from it. We were so close, but the scrub just got so dense you could push through it, but I didn't want to wreck my vehicle. That's not what I'm about. We tried a second way in, and that was through Batten Creek. Batten Creek was too deep to cross, and again on the other side just heaps and heaps of scrub. So what we've done, we've come up the road further. We're going to try a different way in, currently following a fence line, but we're losing light, so we'll pull up camp shortly. We're going to get to this sinkhole, guys, don't you worry about that. Here comes day 3 into the sinkhole.
Day 3 into the sinkhole track, and loving every minute of it. This is a true adventure. I can't wait till we get there. Looking at those photos on Google Maps, it looks truly beautiful, so I think it's worth the trek.
Yeah, it's a pretty special place, and I'm the same. I think it's definitely worth. This is our 3rd attempt in, so hopefully by the end of the day we will actually see it.
Have I mentioned how much I love driving through the bush?
I think you say that daily, actually.
Truly am in my happy place. Straighten him up a little. Sort of ride this bank here for a little bit. A little bit of left hand down. Yep. Straight as that. Yep. Left hand down.
Yeah, it feels better. That angle didn't feel so grand.
Beautiful. You're in it now. Just straight at that. A little bit of left hand down. A little bit of left hand down. And straight.
Ooh, that was a tricky one. Get a bit of angle on that one, Jimmy. Galah Creek is the last water body that we have to cross. There's a natural causeway here. It's rocky, so we're not going to get bogged or anything like that. There's a couple of obstacles along the way. We'll claw ourselves out on the other side of that bank there. Then after that, we're back into virgin scrub. This is where the track has run out. So hopefully we're 10 k's out from the sinkhole. We should be there tonight.
That's it, mate. Straightforward as that. Do you want to follow this gully down? Stay centre of it. Yeah, you're just going over some little sticks on your passenger side.
Yeah, I could hear something.
Come straight towards me. Yeah, beautiful. Do you want to stay centred across this high bit?
Going across the rocky causeway now.
Your right hand side. Beautiful.
One last look at that creek before I start climbing up the bank.
That's it, mate. Straight up. Beautiful. Come with me. Perfect. Well done, Tim.
Thank you, Jim Bob. Well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Had Jimmy guided me down there, which made a big difference. Got through those 2 stakes at the base of the crossing on that first side, and then coming across that causeway is fine. Gave it a bit of gas on the other bank, and yeah, straight up, no worries. That is Galah Creek done and dusted. Both vehicles through. The quad will have no dramas coming through. Actually, it's already been across. We'll put Scout over the other side. Onwards and forwards to the sinkhole.
We've just crossed the creek. We're pushing through some virgin country now, so let the fun begin. I'll let Penny go first. She can clear a track for me.
It's going up some escarpment country at the moment. It's quite rocky. Trying to pick a line up the way through the middle of it, because the other alternative is to go along via the creek, but that is the long way around. This is the short way up and over. The quad bike's up on the ridge. Says it's worthwhile coming through this way. Jimmy's behind, quite closely behind. He's obviously watching where I place my wheels. Hopefully, if anyone does a tyre, it will be me, not him, because he's in my tracks. So if he sticks close, we'll be You're right.
The Zenek said that it was a little escarpment here. It's actually good fun forward driving, you know. It's a bit different. You've got to keep alert. You're watching the car work. Still got to keep an eye out on where you go.
Currently 2 kilometres off our GPS coordinates. We're on course, directly, spot on. We're heading this way. The quad came up here, and down there is a big drop. So that's where we want to go. Currently Ben is scouting over to my left to see if we take that ridge line. If that's no good, if that's too difficult, we have got a ridge line to our right that we can take. But until he comes back with a report of what he's found, we're staying put. So what have we found out?
Okay, we've got 2 options. We've got 2 ridge lines, one heading along this way here and one heading down here. Our bearing's down that way there. This one here goes halfway and then you've got to cross a little ravine. We can cross down the bottom. I think maybe in the interest of time we go that way, because by the time we go around I think we're going to lose too much daylight.
Yep.
If we go that way we can get up that top of that next ridge before dark, I'm sure.
Sounds like a plan, Benny. We better get going because that sun's going down.
I reckon so.
Thanks for the scout.
No worries.
We got some rocking and rolling going on here.
It's all happening. I think this is the rockiest section we've done so far.
Oh, crunch and grind. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that without a bit of suspension lift and some decent tyres, there's no chance you could come in here.
That was definitely the rockiest section we've done so far. You can see it out my window. It's crazy rocks.
Gentle with my baby.
You need a guide there, Jimbo?
Nah, good mate, living the dream.
Alright.
Pushing through tall grass again. Who would have thought? After climbing through rockiness, you'd think that was, you know, we're at the top of somewhere. Feels like we're in another meadow.
Yeah, it completely changes, doesn't it? You come off those rocks and down onto these floodplains and, yeah, back into the grass. Ben just had a moment with a spider then.
Yeah, I saw Ben doing a bit of a crazy dance on the quad there.
I tell you, I can limbo like any lady.
There were some pretty slick moves.
Sunset out the window. It's beautiful.
This is magical.
It's getting exciting now. We're 500 metres to our coordinates. It actually looks really pretty at night with your lights on the grass. And the terrain is a lot easier now. Down on this floodplain, it's not so thick and scrubby.
This is pretty exciting. Just saying. We're there. Third day. Third big day. Battling through the bush. Just finding tracks, making tracks, following the Zenek. And that's the beautiful thing of the Zenek. We always had the location, we just had to find our way there. You know, we had the terrain that was mapped out for us. This is pretty cool. Just saying. We're nearly there.
There it is!
I believe I can fly.
We can
Don't
see.
drive off into it.
We can see the drop off.
Man, that is creepy.
That's cool.
Oh my goodness. Is there an edge there?
Yeah, I'm gonna park a bit away from it.
Well, we found it, people. We're there.
We made it, guys. Well done.
What a freaking mission!
We didn't let it beat us. Oh, wow.
I gotta lay my eyes on this thing.
Dude. Hectic.
Coming through.
So where I've pulled up, looking directly in front of me, is just a massive drop. You can just see darkness. So I'm going to hop out, park this car up and have a look, because this is our destination. This is what we did everything for.
Holy smokes! I can see it! That's cool, man.
I've never done nothing like this before. I've done some adventuring, but I've never done nothing like this.
All that rock hopping, following the coordinate, trying different ways in.
Yeah. breaking your blaming wrists, trying to pull trees down.
Yeah, and
Oh,
took a lot of doing, but we drove in here.
even on a motorbike, it'd be tough going, eh?
Oh, we've made the tracks now.
Yeah, easy.
That's right.
Well done, guys.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome. That's so awesome. 3 days of hard slog. I think getting here is nearly enough excitement on its
I
own.
know.
Yeah.
I know. Well done.
It's all about the journey, isn't it, fella?
It is. Yeah, it is. Is that a tip?
Hey, where?
You're so mean.
There was one on my leg. Good on you.
Oh, you're a rat bag, Penny
Oh,
Rolls.
I can't help it.
Oh, dear.
It's natural.
That's like Penny with that stick on the back of my neck the other.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
swatting these flies off me.
She's looking at me.
I look around, she's got a big smile on her face. I'm in rat bag.
Really sneaky.
You'll get yours, Penny Rolls.
Bring it, I say.
The Nimbi sinkhole was formed by a lava tube that has filled with water. The water line is about 60 metres below the ground level and is said to be 80 metres deep. It is one of the locations the rainbow serpent is said to have passed through, and it is of sacred importance to its traditional owners. We thank them for allowing us to show you their country.
If you were lost out here and by chance you did come across the sinkhole, it would be very difficult to spot because coming from this direction, you just see a rocky outcrop. You'd have a better chance if you came in from that way, you could see the water at a better angle. Now, if you did need a drink, you are thirsty, getting down to that water is quite difficult. I'm standing on what would have been a waterfall at one stage, and as you can see, the rocks are just these thin layers and ready to snap off if you put any weight on them. You'd be down in that drink hole before you knew it.
On our way to the sinkhole yesterday, we got a little bit of a tyre puncture here, so we've just ripped the tyre off and just ran some soapy water over it to try and find a leak, and we've located the leak just there. So we're going to grab our handy plug kit and put a plug in it and away we go.
Shove him in. Punch it in.
And then just rip him out, eh?
And just rip him out, yeah. Done.
And then we have it, one repaired tyre.
What an amazing geological destination we have arrived at. It was worth all the effort of pushing through that scrub for so many days, and I feel honoured to have visited this area. A big thank you to the traditional owners for allowing us to visit here and sharing their land, and also thank you to NLC Borroloola, the Northern Land Council. If you would like to visit this area, please contact them and they'll be able to guide you. Until next week, stay tuned and I'll take you to some more amazing places of the Northern Territory.